Here's a hard truth no one wants to say out loud. Most of what steals our health, peace, and joy in old age isn't disease. It isn't genetics. It isn't fate. It's us falling into invisible traps that feel normal. We tell ourselves we're just getting older, that slowing down is natural, that it's okay to step back. But over time, these quiet habits turn into the chains that shrink our world, limit our choices, and steal the very life we spent decades building. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, and you've ever caught yourself thinking, "Is this really how I imagined life would feel at this age?" You are not alone. And the good news, it doesn't have to stay this way. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 of the most dangerous, most common mistakes older adults make. Habits that seem harmless but slowly chip away at your freedom, identity, and well-being. Each one is backed by psychology, real-life stories, and the quiet consequences they bring. Let's dig in, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to avoid these traps and start living with clarity, strength, and purpose again. Mistake 1. Giving away control too early. One of the fastest ways older adults lose their independence isn't because someone took it from them. It's because they quietly gave it away. And it usually sounds something like this: "Let my kids handle it. It's just easier. They know better. I don't want to be in the way." But here's the dangerous part. When you stop managing your money, stop making your own meals, stop speaking up in decisions, you don't just lose a task, you start losing your identity. It's called learned helplessness. When you convince yourself you can't do something just because you haven't done it in a while, your brain slows down, your confidence fades, your voice gets quieter. Let me tell you about Harold, a 76-year-old widower. After his wife passed, his adult kids lovingly stepped in. They paid his bills, managed his meds, picked his meals. At first, he felt relieved. A year later, he told me, "I feel like I don't exist anymore, I'm just luggage now." Here's the fix. Take back just one thing. Buy your own groceries. Choose your dinner. Speak up about your finances. The goal isn't to do everything, it's to stay involved. Because when you give up control too soon, you don't make life easier, you make your world smaller. Mistake 2. Disconnecting from the world. Quietly. As we get older, being alone starts to feel more natural. But here's the catch. What begins as peaceful solitude often turns into silent suffering. We stop calling old friends, we pass on invitations, we tell ourselves it's just easier to stay home. But loneliness? It's not just a feeling, it's a health threat. Studies show that prolonged isolation increases the risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even early death. Take Grace, 72. After losing her husband, she pulled away from her weekly card game, skipped church, ignored phone calls. She thought she was protecting others from her sadness. Instead, she was starving her soul of what it needed most: human connection. Even a single phone call, a letter, or waving at a neighbor can light up parts of the brain that are essential for emotional and physical health. If you've been withdrawing, even a little, reverse it now, because disappearing from the world doesn't make life easier. It makes it smaller, colder, and lonelier, and you deserve better. Mistake 3. Believing pain means stop moving. If you've ever said, "My knees hurt, so I better rest," you're not alone. But here's a surprising truth. Stopping movement because of pain often causes even more pain. As we age, the body needs movement more than ever. When you stop walking, stretching, gardening, or dancing, you lose muscle mass, balance, flexibility, and blood flow. That's when falls, stiffness, and fatigue take over. Let's talk about Walter, 79, who gave up his daily walk after a few sore joints. Within 6 months, he couldn't walk down the hallway without getting winded. Then, he made one small change. A daily 10-minute stroll with his granddaughter. It wasn't much, but within weeks, he felt stronger, lighter, alive. The key isn't running marathons. It's being consistent with small movement. Tai Chi, walking, stretching, even light dancing. Your body was built to move, and every day you do, even just a little, you're telling yourself, I'm not done yet. Mistake 4. Rejecting technology completely. I don't need all that tech stuff. We've all heard it. Maybe we've even said it. But in today's world, avoiding basic technology is like building a wall between you and life itself. You miss updates, you miss conversations, you miss opportunities. Linda, 70, swore she'd never use a smartphone. Then her granddaughter showed her how to make a video call, get prescription reminders, watch health videos. Now she FaceTimes friends across the country, tracks her steps, orders her own groceries. Learning something new at 70 isn't just possible, it's powerful. Tech isn't the enemy. Disconnection is. Start with one thing. Send a text. Set a reminder. Try a health app. It's not about becoming a tech wizard. It's about staying independent and informed. Because the world isn't slowing down, but you can keep up. Mistake 5. Never saying no to your adult kids. This one's delicate, because it comes from love. You want to help your children. You want to support them. You want to feel needed. But when you never say no, when you're always available, when you sacrifice your time, your peace, and your savings, it doesn't build connection. It builds resentment on both sides. James, 75, was the go-to guy for his family. Babysitting, lending money, driving grandkids every day. Eventually, he was exhausted and bitter, but too afraid to speak up. Then one day he said, I love my kids, but I'm disappearing in the process. Boundaries aren't rejection, they're protection. You are still allowed to rest, to say no, to choose your own time. Your job as a parent isn't to solve every problem forever. It's to show them how to stand on their own. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back. Mistake 6. Believing it's too late to change. This is one of the most dangerous lies aging whispers in your ear. It's too late for me. Too late to fix your health. Too late to reconnect. Too late to travel. To dream. To love. To grow. That's the kind of lie that steals the rest of your life. Let me be clear. As long as you are breathing, it's not too late. I've seen people in their 80s change their diet, walk again after years, go back to school, fall in love, and forgive things they carried for decades. Your life doesn't end at retirement. It evolves. Every day you wake up is another chance to shift. And those shifts, no matter how small, add up to something extraordinary. Mistake 7. Letting regret run the show. Regret is sneaky. It sounds like, I wish I had spoken up. If only I had saved more. I should have said I love you. And over time, those thoughts don't just haunt you, they paralyze you. But here's the truth no one tells you. Regret only has power when you stay silent. When you act, when you forgive, apologize, reconnect, or even share your story, that regret loses its grip. There's an old saying, it's never too late to become the person you might have been. Your story isn't finished, and the chapters ahead, they can be your best. So now you've heard the 7 silent mistakes that quietly destroy our lives after 60. Giving up control, withdrawing from connection, stopping movement, avoiding technology, never setting boundaries, believing it's too late, letting regret run wild. Which one stood out the most to you? Leave a comment below and tell me, because your insight might just save someone else's peace of mind. And if this video made you think differently about your life, your future, or your habits, please click like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. We're building a community here, a place where growing older means growing stronger. Because aging doesn't mean disappearing. It means waking up wiser than ever before. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep walking forward, one strong step at a time.